Hughley got an amazing block over here on the left side and kind of caved in the left side a little bit, which created some space for Logan.
Again,
up
look
the middle.
at
There he goes, up the middle.
You know what? That was untouched from 7, 8 yards out. And, I mean, you know, what can you say? The line, both sides, just creating massive holes. And if you look closely, they're doing those trap blocks where the left side kind of cuts around the center and just takes them out. So Hixson, they're going to have to figure out how to stop that, because I can tell you, Coach Gatewood's going to run that over and over until they figure out how to stop it, if they can. Into the game for the point after try, Cameron Carter. The snap, the place, the kick, it's good. Cameron Carter with another point for the Canes. It's really refreshing, Galen, to watch the head coach, the person he congratulates more than anybody, the offensive line.
Well, you know, the running backs every Thursday night, Logan Jackson, some of the other running backs, they take the offensive linemen out for dinner every Thursday night, and they pay for their dinner, usually pizza, and that's a tradition that they've started because Logan Jackson, the other running backs, understand that they get credit for these big runs, and their name is the one that gets called, but the offensive linemen do the big work up front, and so to say thank you and to show that appreciation,
that's pretty cool. That sounds like something the pros would do, but very good gesture. And like you said, the running backs, they know where their meal's made, and they know why they're in the paper.
That's
there's talent. Don't get me wrong. We got great, stable running backs, but you know what? When you got a 2, 3, 4 yard hole and you're not even getting touched till 5, 6 yards down the line, downfield, I should say, that's pretty neat. So with 1:54 in the first quarter, it's the East Hamilton Hurricanes 14, Hixson Wildcats 0. Cameron Carter addressing the ball, getting going here, and the kick. Oh my gosh, this is a bullet over the head of the Hixson deep man, number 33, Alante Novine. Lets it bound through the back of the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the 20.
He's the one that scares me.
So, just I don't know what you'd call it, just a textbook first quarter so far, Galen. We just said, here's our playbook. We're going to throw a couple passes to keep you honest, but we're going to pretty much pound it down your throat if we can.
Yeah.
And so far, so good. It's early, though. It's just the first quarter. Hixson trying to retaliate. Oh, and a big play. Oh, my goodness. That was Robinson. Hit at the line of scrimmage, spun out of a tackle, and for a second I thought he might get loose, but he's finally tackled. And we're going to have to do that, Galen. We're going to have to make sure we do not let go. Those guys are slippery, and they're fast. We don't want to. We don't want to find out how fast they are. We just as soon tackle them.
That is exactly what the coaching staff told me before the game. Is that their big concern was could we contain their speed because they're so explosive at any moment. So far, our team showed good discipline. And hit the backfield.
Oh, my goodness. That was Robinson in the backfield. Somebody missed his block, and first man to get him, it looked like might have been Hunter Parker. I didn't see that one, but wrapped him up, and then there was a couple canes that just leveled him about 6 yards deep. Yeah, so it's now going to be 3rd and about 16.
Ryan McCoy made the first contact in the backfield, which stopped him, and he tried to turn around and come the other way, and then, like you said, there was a host meeting him when he turned around, maybe thought about coming back this direction.
Yeah, you talk about various levels, pro, college, high school, everybody's gotten so big and fast on the lines that, if you don't get gone quickly, the defensive lines, they're going to catch you. And, you just can't outrun anybody like you used to. So we got timeout on the field, and there is 29 seconds to go in the first quarter. Timeout Hixson. The score, East Hamilton 14, Hixson Wildcats 0. Galen, I'm pleasantly surprised, but the visitors' stands over there pretty full for Hixson, and a lot of people around the fence. With it being fall break here in Hamilton County, I wasn't sure how many people they'd bring, and quite honestly, how many people would show up here.
Well, I believe
it's a decent crowd.
There's a lot of excitement at Hixson because they've really, really stepped up the program there. They beat a quality opponent last week at Tyner, a district foe. Tyner was state ranked, and very, very great job by Hixson by being able to bring out a victory against a pretty good Tyner team. And with
and
their
we will
talent,
find out just how good they are next week
Absolutely.
as we host Tyner in a very large district game again. But it's Hixson tonight out of the shotgun. Gil Brown running wild down the field, number 82. Looking for a little help from the officials, Brandon Pearden, but Cody Knox with him step for step, just never did anything, just let Pearden kind of bump into him, and no call, I believe, was probably appropriate. So it'll be 4th and a good 16 yards from the 15-yard line, or I should say 14-yard line. So deep again, Hunter Parker. Parker drifting back to around the 40, 45-yard line of Hixson. And again, here's the Hixson Wildcats. They run those 3 guys in the backfield like they're going to protect the punter. Then they move over to the right side so he can run wild right and soccer-style kick it, if you will. And this one really kicked high and deep. Parker catching it at the 48 of himself, nothing doing. And dancing around, Hunter Parker, nothing doing. 4-yard gain for Hunter. Gets it from the 48-yard line of East Hamilton, the 48 of Hixson. What'll be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes.
Didn't have very, very far to go. That was an excellent punt by Hixson's punter to allow his coverage to get down there.
Okay, here comes the Canes out of the shotgun formation once again. Very effective last time we had it. Yeah. We got a basic 5-man line. We got double wide left and right. More in the backfield. Wild snap, and barely gets the handoff to Logan. The timing was off from the get-go with a bad snap.
It was, and it looks like there was some type of blitz going on with Casey Shelton of Hixson. Was able to get through the line untouched and hit Logan in the backfield.
And that is the end of the first quarter. East Hamilton 14, Hixson 0. And it'll be 2nd 10 when we come back for the start of the second quarter. And we're back for the start of the second quarter. Shotgun snap. Oh, no. Hunter with a bullet pass looking for Christian Lewis, and a beautiful defensive play by number 1, I believe, Alan Diaz. Just put his hand out at the last second. Otherwise, it could have been an interesting play. Maybe it could have been 6.
That's one of those where it wasn't necessarily a bad offensive play. It was just a very good defensive play.
It'll be 3rd and 10. We got trips right, single setback, or single wide left to Jacob. Pass goes out to Francois for about a 6-yard gain. We're kind of in that no man's land, Galen.
Yeah, this is a type of place where sometimes Coach Gatewood is really tempted to go for it. And
well, my point is, he's on the 44-yard line, and
yeah.
You want to punt or do you want to go for it? You know,
right.
Looks like they're going to send in Cameron to punt, and I kind of like that call. Cameron,
yeah,
he needs a few more punts. No offense, you'd like to never punt. It means you're scoring.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, as the Canes' positive thinking here, get into the playoffs, we're going to need Cameron to punt some. And this one hits it about the 15-yard line and dribbles down to about the 8. Perfect play. So Cameron Carter getting about a 36-yard net play there, and that's exactly what I was talking about earlier.
Yes.
You'd like to average about 35 net yards on a punt in high school.
Boy, that was a
weapon.
good decision to punt. That's definitely. And that was the goal, to get it down there somewhere inside the 20.
It'll be the Wildcats, 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line. And those of you watching and listening, that is me eating a nutty bar in the background, so forgive me as I'm having my dessert. Straight up the middle is Hixson. Big hole for the Wildcats as they parted the sea, so to speak, picking up 5 quick yards.
At the last second, the East Hamilton defense went from a 3-4 to a 4-3 front at the last second, hoping to maybe throw off the blocking scheme. However, Hixson picked up their blocking and, like you said, created a solid hole for their running back.
It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Wildcats on the 15. And wide left, nothing doing. I tell you what, you talked about it earlier, contain, and we have really kept Hixson from getting wide left, wide right. And
what we have defensively going on right now, our contained guys are pushing hard upfield, forcing their running backs back inside, and then we have people filling those gaps, either from safety or linebacker, consistently to stop that run.
No gain, so it'll be 3rd and 4, bringing the play in from the sidelines. Their quarterback, Gil Brown. Again, Gil, a junior quarterback for the Wildcats, with a junior backfield altogether. And they're running out of the shotgun. They got trips right, single wide out left. Brown with kind of a roll right, pointing for somebody. And Brown, just under pressure the entire time for the Canes. We're just so quick on the ends. Francisco Rodriguez just, I don't want to say he blew the play up, but he certainly hurried the throw. And
Absolutely.
Hixson, just blanketed, the receiver was blanketed by the Canes, and it'll be 4th and 4 and forcing them to punt.
Harrison Warren in there as well to help put pressure. With that much pressure, it was really difficult. It's amazing that Hixson didn't throw an interception there.
Again, here we got Brown, the quarterback, a high snap. And I tell you what, Francois was all over that one.
He wisely.
Oh, my goodness. I tell you what, if you turned your head for a second to grab a sip of Coke, you missed a smack by the Hixson Wildcats.
Casey Shelton.
Hunter Parker let the ball bounce, and he ran up to catch it on the fly of the bounce, and he grabbed it and just got leveled by Shelton of Hixson at the 41-yard line. Took him right off his feet, so maybe he learned a little lesson on that one. But anyway, it'll be 1st down for the Canes at Hixson's 41. And, we talk about field position last couple games, and I tell you what, we have been blessed with it so far tonight, as we started pretty far out the entire time, and that was directly a result of the coin toss and Cameron kicking it in the end zone every time.
Yep.
You got Logan Jackson running left over our guards and tackle. Gets it from the 41 down to about the 36. 5 quick yard burst off the left side. And again, our line just making some holes. Making holes both sides.
We see play call coming in. East Hamilton still committed to that run. This is an interesting set here. Double tight, single wing to the right, jet sweep to the right.
Cody Knox. We got a flag flying from deep in the back, Judge. That usually means a hold or something not good for the Canes. Interesting little play call there, as you mentioned. Kind of had everybody on the line of scrimmage, and Cody Knox running in motion, snap to Moore, who hands it off to Cody, and we got a little powwow going on by the referee, the officiating crew. No decision, no call yet. Here comes the referee to give us the call. It's going to be a block in the back against the Canes. So instead of a 3rd and probably a yard to go, it's going to be 2nd and looks like a long 11 for the Canes.
That's a play call that most of the time on the interior line of scrimmage you don't get. But a block in the back is still a block in the back. It's still illegal no matter where you do it. Usually it's not called on an interior line play like that.
I'll tell you what, Hixson really working hard to strip the ball on that.
Yeah.
However, Tony Francois gets the out pass, gets it up to about the 36, and now we're back to about 3rd and 5 again. But again, Hixson, pretty good D on that play. And again, number 1, Alan Diaz, just working hard to pull that out from Tony Francois. Almost got it at the end. But it's 3rd and 5. We got double wide right and left. Gatewood down low part. Logan Jackson in the back blocking. And he can just take off, Hunter. That's first down. Hunter looked like he was going to go out of bounds at the last second. Lowers his head right into Isaiah Robinson. I think it shocked Robinson a little, but they both pat each other on the head on the way by. Just a good, clean play all the way around.
Hunter much more efficient and disciplined this season than what we saw him last season. He's grown into the position. We saw him just then moving his head from left to right, going through his check downs when no one was open, tucked the ball and ran, and his running is very effective run for a first down.
Oh,
Logan
my gosh.
Jackson.
I don't know if you saw that, but
Big hole off tackle.
oh, my gosh, I tell you what.
That was a
what
big
I'm
hole.
doing up here, y'all, is I'm trying to write down the positions of our offensive line and the name. And, again, we had the right guard and right tackle pulling. And if you saw Fielder Dennis, he just flattened somebody.
Sure did.
Right tackle running all the way around through the hole and creating a hole. And Logan Jackson getting it all the way down to Hixson's 3-yard line. And, again, just leveling some of the Hixson Wildcats. So timeout by Hixson as Canes get it down 1st and goal on the 3. And that'll be their second timeout. We got 8:08 to go here in the second quarter, 14-0, but we are on the doorstep looking to add some more points, preferably 6 more points if we can.
And this will, if East Hamilton continue to control the ball like this, and like you said, the field position, it bodes well for the rest of the game. This is a big part of their game plan, being able to run the ball effectively, then throw when needed. Yeah, this offensive line is not only very large, but they are also very mobile. These are some guys who have played other sports besides just football, baseball, basketball, even a few of them have attempted soccer throughout the years. And then besides that, their workouts keep them working very hard on being mobile. Very important to Coach Gatewood.
1st and goal. We got the power backfield in. Logan Jackson. Again, if he was touched, it was just by a hand as they open a big a big hole. Touchdown, Logan Jackson.
A little bit of a load block there on the right side to just spring it open. And that's very difficult when you do not have the size or strength to be able to get off those blocks.
So into the game, Cameron Carter for the PAT. The holder, Tyler Lowry. Tyler with very sure hands, the point guard for the basketball team. Takes the snap, places the ball, the hold, the kick, the point. 21 for East Hamilton. Goose egg for the Cats. 8:03 to go here in the second quarter. Pretty much like you hope they wrote it up. Galen, I'm not sure what their plan was, but whatever it is, I bet this is it.
Well, that's exactly what their plan was from the beginning. They wanted to establish the run, throw when needed, but be able to establish that run, and then on defense do exactly as they've done, contain the speed of Hixson. That's something they preached to them all week. So far, we've seen our defense be very disciplined, be in position where they're supposed to be, and then be able to contain that. They're going to kind of force Hixson in position where they're going to have to air it out and try to throw some more. And
I'll tell you what, Galen, just looking at the sideline and the Hixson players, doesn't look like they're hanging their head yet, and that's a nice sign. That shows they still got some fight. You see Robinson bouncing on his toes to receive the kick. A lot of the players on the sidelines just standing up straight, bouncing around a little bit. That just speaks well of their coaching staff.
Absolutely. This coaching staff has really stepped in this year and really done some things to turn this program around for
Jason
Hixson.
Fitzgerald, the coach of the Cats, has done a fine job, and this one smashed by Cameron Carter. Hits it about 8 yards deep. And, again, nothing doing for the Cats. I think that was Cameron's best one tonight. And guess what? I'm going to just tape this and hit a button. It'll be 1st and 10 after the touchback for the Wildcats on the 20.
Yeah, absolutely. You can just go by that. Absolutely. So she's just typing in the distance after you say it each time. That's helping her. Down the distance.
Shotgun formation for the Cats. The handoff going to, oh my goodness, that looked like new player. That's running back number 3, Eric Jones. Jones, a senior, and almost a scat back looking there. Nice play, run. And picked up 9, 29-yard line, 9 quick ones, that might add.
Looks like they
second one.
Caught the defense slanting away from the play, and the running back saw it and was able to find the open space, that little soft spot in there.
Hand off again. Number 3 is Jones. Jones crossing the 30, so that will be a Wildcat first down. I believe, is that just their second, possibly? I know they got one via our offsides. Not that they
got one
have.
very early on that first drive, I believe. They got one on their own.
It is first down, though. Ryan McCoy on the stop for the Cats. 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line, possibly 32 and a half. They got double wide right, single receiver left. Handoff. Hixson trying to run it. Oh, my goodness. They're creating some space all of a sudden for Mr. Jones, and he's finding it.
Absolutely. He did a great job of being patient and letting a block kind of clear out, a little trap there off the end, and was able to get up inside of it, find the soft spot again. Very effective running.
Into the game, DeAndre Black. And we'll see what Mr. Black does. Maybe looking for a little plug here on the interior line for the defenders. So Hixson with rearrangement here. We got the slot back uncovered. And into wild run here for Gil Brown, running wide right. And I believe that was a run the whole way. He acted like he might throw it, but he tucked the ball about two steps to the right.
That was a different look we've seen tonight from Hixson, and they were able to create a little running room out to the right.
So we got about third down, 2.5, let's call it, for Hixson on the 40-yard line. Running an I formation, second time we've seen it. The first time he was really deep. Oh, there's a ball fumble. And it looks like Hixson might have recovered that, but quickly up the gut was Hixson. Ball squirts loose, bounces forward about 3 or 4 yards, where it's recovered by Hixson for a first down for the Wildcats. Kind of unfortunate there, Galen, as we stopped him short and caused a fumble, and they still get a first down.
Well, that's why they teach these guys just keep playing till they hear the whistle, because you never know. Our guys did go for it, but the ball did bounce.
Fortuitous bounce, as they would say.
It was very fortuitous for Hixson.
That was the vocab word of the day this week.
Oh,
no, my gosh, that was a run blitz, if you will.
It was.
Mr. Jones got it, and he just stopped in his tracks
like uh-oh,
now
all
what?
3 linebackers and a safety on that blitz.
That was
timing was perfect.
Yeah, they were doomed from the get-go on that play. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
Correction. We brought the 2 linebackers on that side and the safety, Ben Hall. Not all 3 linebackers.
Little confusion for the defensive setup here. We got we got Hixson throwing a little side pass to number 82. That was Brandon Pearden again. Pearden caught it, getting ready to make his cut upfield, and I believe he'd have gained some real estate, but slipped right on the hash mark. Goes down for actually a loss of a few yards, where it'll bring up 3rd and 14. Hixson on their own 39 needs to get it over to about the 47 of East Hamilton. You hear the bell tolling in the background. It's 3rd and 15, 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And guess what? We got another timeout on the field by Hixson. As maybe coach of the Wildcats is thinking this is a very important decision here. They've got they got to get something on the board, I would think. And they have to punt it again. I can easily see us eating the clock up, Galen.
Absolutely. That is that I could definitely see Coach Gatewood using that as a strategy going into halftime. It's a solid lead. Again, wanting to control the football. If he can get a score, that'd be great, but he's not going to probably not take too many risks in order to get that.
Hixson coming back onto the field. The Canes already out there. And setting the lineup for the Canes real quick, we got Francisco Rodriguez running left defensive end. Plugging up the middle, number 76, David Hughley. And on the right side, right defensive end, number 50, John Dalton. So let's see what Hixson does. Hixson with trips right. Looks like we got 5 linebackers creeping in for a little blitz. Hixson, if they got a screen called, which they do, is an excellent play. However, nice play by number 50 for the Canes, John Dalton, forcing him to go inside, and Hixson slipped again. Don't know what's happened, but that's 2 straight plays that they had a little space and just fell down.
Yep.
Harrison Warren there to assist him to going down. But good, again, containment, a good call. I mean, a very good call. We had a quick blitz, and they had a screen play, and that worked out perfect, just fell down. Back to punt, Gil Brown. Looked like Hixson moved. I don't see a flag, so maybe not. Hunter Parker getting on the left side, running wild down the sideline as Hunter Parker picks it up at the 28, weaving his way through traffic to the 41, before he's brought down by a couple Wildcats. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Canes.
It looked like Tony Francois had an opportunity maybe to block that punt, but he very wisely pulled up at the last second because apparently he wasn't sure if he could get off the block cleanly without roughing the punter. And I'm sure they've schooled him to be very careful about that. Logan Jackson
breaking free.
Big run.
Looking for some help from Francois, and he got it. It was a 1-on-4. Logan Jackson took the ball at the 41, ran right off the right tackle, all the way down to the 28-yard line. So it's a quick 33 yards for Logan. It didn't take him long to cover that ground. Logan, we've talked about this too, Galen. It looks like Logan's running downhill a lot.
A lot.
And falls forward a lot. He's an excellent cutback runner. And he's got football speed. Everybody talks about 40-yard dash speed. And I don't know how fast. I don't know what Logan's time is, to be honest with you. It's something to find out.
It is. I remember
But
watching.
he always just outruns whoever's chasing him, so it doesn't matter.
This summer I got an opportunity to watch him work out at the D1 sports facility. And he worked very hard on his running form. It's no accident that his starting speed is so quick, because he does that. He worked very hard on that body position, that forward lean, are the things he works on, every detail of that all summer long.
Dallas Hammett coming out of the game, looking at him on the sideline. Jack Tatum going in. Little fire plug fullback for us. I formation, handoff. No, correction. Fake handoff to Logan Jackson. The pass down to Bailey Lenore. Beautiful tackle by the Wildcats. Number 33, Alante Novine. Otherwise, it's 6. However, it's a 1st down by the Canes at the 10-yard line. They can get a 1st down without scoring. However, it'd be very difficult to do that. But it's 1st and 10 on the 10 and a half, we'll call it.
Very effective play-action play set up by the effective running. When you run the ball as effectively as East Hamilton does, it does create some opportunities for play-action pass.
Logan Jackson looked like he was going to score, but Hixson corralled him at the last second on about the 2 or 3 yard line, brought down just shy of a 1st down, shy of a touchdown. In comes the big boys, the big heavyweight backfield, if you will. It'll be 2nd and 1 for a 1st, 2nd and 1.5 for the touchdown, and there is a timeout on the field by the Canes. They're going to talk it over, make sure that they don't make any mistakes here. First time out for the Canes as there's 2:03 to go here in the first half. Canes knocking on the door yet one more time.
Yeah, very interesting here with this amount of time left. It's exactly what Coach Gatewood was hoping for. Very, very much wanting to be able to go down and get a score if possible, but the first downs are very helpful in moving toward halftime with control of the game, control of the lead. I believe this timeout was called in order to set up this play, wanting to be sure we execute this play. Very definite idea by the coaching staff as to what they want to do here.
Hunter Moore takes the quarterback sneak, and no signal yet. Might be a first down, though, but he is oh so close to a score. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and inches for a first, 3rd and double inches for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And here comes the timeout for the refs to measure. Like I said,
it is very close.
He's giving them a first down inside the 1.
Yeah, this was one of those situations that was almost harder to get a first down than get a touchdown.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Hunter take a quick snap and follow his big boys in for a touchdown.
Sure did. Good call, Curtis.
That was pretty easy, to be honest with you.
Yes.
You know, he just followed right up big Demetrius Morgan. Morgan just powered forward, and Hunter just kind of followed him in, fell over, and it was a touchdown.
And I believe that's probably what, at the timeout, they were told, that they're going to run this play twice, back-to-back. If we don't get it in the first time, then run it again the second time. It's a safe play. There's no chance of bobbling a handoff or any type of interception.
The hold, the kick, the point, touchdown, and PAT good. 28, East Hamilton, Goose Egg, Hixson. We got 1:33 to go here in the second quarter. It's been a very methodical, would be a good term, Galen, methodical first half. 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. We pretty much dominated the line, offenses against their defense.
Yes.
Our defensive line, fairly well holding them at the same situation, but really got to pat those big boys on the back for East Hamilton, just dominating, running these cross bucks when I was growing up, I guess you'd call it. Absolutely. And it's a 4-score game lead for the Canes, and you got to like where we're sitting. They look very businesslike, you know, not tons of emotion, but they certainly don't look down. They just look like this is what we've got to do, and this is what we're going to do, just what the coach said, and take care of business and get ready for the next week.
Well, he said that most of the practices this year have been like that, very businesslike throughout the season. Even after the loss to Ottawa, they said they just came right back out the next practice ready to work, and that's kind of what they've instilled in them. Even in the offseason, the winter workouts also went that way.
Cameron gets this one into the end zone. I know that's a shock to you, but he did. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own, we'll call it the 20 this time.
Is he 5 for 5, 6 for 6
5 for 5, yep.
5 for 5.
Opening kickoff and the 4 touchdowns. Not a bad night for Cameron. Possibly a little tired at this point. Ices his leg down. He's got 4 points in the book. 5 kickoffs into the end zone, and again, kind of a workmanlike performance for Mr. Carter.
And again, defense staying mentally sharp, executing, because this offense can get you at any moment.
Robinson running right for looks like about 7, 8 yards. Nice play by the Wildcats, even though I think we knew it was coming. Couldn't stop them, and Hixson imposing their will a little bit on these plays.
Absolutely.
We know they're going to kind of run wide right, wide left, and couldn't stop them. There's about 1:10 left to go in the first quarter, so if we just hang tough, should not be a problem. Just got to be careful them faking one of these wide left or wide right and hitting one of the receivers long. For instance, we got a man wide right, single coverage. Nothing doing, though, as they hand it off up the middle. But got to be careful. You could see Mr. Pearden, doing down and in, down and out. Who knows? Out and up. just got to be careful just in case. You know, we're playing. If you notice, Galen, and I don't want to prophesize here, but
Yeah.
we seem to be creeping ever so slightly towards the line of scrimmage, and if they were to do a play-action pass with a good execution, it could be painful.
It could. That really puts our defensive backs out there on an island in those situations.
We're not but about 11, 12 yards deep, our deepest man. And Jones takes the handoff and gets a first down with 12 seconds left up to the 31-yard line.
Hixson with no timeouts left.
Clock starts after they set the chains. I suspect if they don't get this, if they get this off, it'll be the last play of the half. And it's a drive up the middle for Jones, and nothing doing as the first half expires, and the score is East Hamilton 28, Hixson 0. We will be taking a short break here at the halftime, and we will allow you to hear the two bands, as both bands, as I understand, are getting ready for some competition. Both of them would like to do a full performance of their competitive band repertoire. And, again, for your entertainment, taking the field first will be Hixson, to be followed by the East Hamilton Marching Hurricanes.
One thing they're going to announce here before the bands play is that the 8th grade football players from East Hamilton Middle School, they have a record of 22-0 from 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. They are undefeated. And so they are recognizing them tonight. They're out there in their green jerseys, some wonderful talent. I've had the opportunity to announce their games over the PA and get to know these boys. And I'm a little biased because one of those boys is mine, Burton Bell. Very proud of he and his teammates for winning some close games, but also blowing out many of their competition over these 3 years. And a talented group. They play together. They work hard. This high school team is really inspiring them to work very hard. They want to be part of this high school program.
We have a very important statistic to share with you. The first touchdown of the game by Logan Jackson also was his 1,000-yard mark. Hamilton Marching Hurricanes would like to present our 2012 show of music of the 1960s British invasion. Tonight's selections include Pinball Wizard by The Who, Hey Jude by The Beatles, You Really Got Me by The Kinks, and Painted Black by The Rolling Stones. The band is directed by Molly Epperson, with assistance from Krishna Tatum, Alex Cruz, Jason Ponachan, and Drew Daniels. Drum majors, Sebastian Lozano and Joanna Tang. Is the band ready? Welcome to the field, your own Marching Hurricanes. stellar performance. You will not be a bit surprised to find out last week in competition, the Marching Hurricanes were in first place at the Bradley Classic. And now, we have a very special recognition with us tonight. Representatives of the Area Youth Football Association. Please welcome as they run across the field. Ottawa Youth Association, 9, 10, and 11. Give them a hand.
I'm going to run out there and grab the camera.
Absolutely.
Because apparently she's taking some back there.
Okay. I'll take over.
All right.
And the 10-year-old, East Brainerd Mean Green.
Never mind. You got it.
All right.
Thank you, youth football players.
To go here in the halftime, two entertaining bands. A couple pieces of information as I don't know if y'all heard public address announcer Carl Sodergren announcing Logan Jackson has surpassed the 1,000-yard mark in rushing this year. He did that early on. He's got 13 carries in the first half for 144 yards. You mathematician, that's 11 point yards per carry. So Logan having a very fine first half, as is the line, as we've mentioned many a time. But both teams back on the field, getting ready to start the second half. And, your coach Gatewood, Galen, what do you tell the guys at halftime?
We talk about focus and execution, and you begin prepping some of the subs that might get an opportunity to come in. I suspect that we'll see the first team come out again during the third quarter and be sure that this game is taken care of. But they're going to talk about focus and execution. Both teams are going to have to ignore the scoreboard. That's what both coaches are going to focus on is executing what they can do, because it could be dangerous for either team to get caught up on what the score is right now at the half.
I agree. We got 20 seconds before kickoff, and the Canes will receive to start the second half here, the third quarter. And, I would love to see the Canes take the ball, just methodically run it right at them, run down the field, 70, 80-yard drive here, and go up 35-0. And just see what happens here is hear the background trying to get the crowd fired up. A little laid back at the moment. And here we go. A little music, firing them up. Hunter Moore, Galen, starting off, I think it was 0 for 2, 0 for 3, and kind of ugly, but kind of got on track from then on. I'm not sure what his stats are, but I think he's only missed one pass since then. And,
absolutely. Been much more effective. His overall game management has been so much better, eliminating, if you take away maybe interception in the Ottawa game, his mental errors have been at a minimum this year and has really helped East Hamilton be in a position to win. And I've known him since he was an 8th grader, and I've never seen him so focused and mature as I do now. I also witnessed him working out D1 this summer. Just a total commitment to doing what he needs to do to help his team win.
So Hixson will be kicking off here at their 40-yard line. It looks like the kicker is going to be number 17, J.R. Walker. J.R. Walker, another one of those juniors for the Wildcats, and it seems like every time I mention a position for the Wildcats. It's as juniors. So I'd say next year the Cats are going to be a pretty tough team to handle just based on what I'm looking at on the skill position. Haven't really got in depth to see what the linemen are. But
when you hear about some of their signature wins this year, the big comeback win, they were 21 points down to Red Bank with 11 minutes to go in the game, and they came back and won.
Matt Melita with the reception.
And
Matt catches the ball at about the 10, gets it out to the 31-yard line, but nice 21-yard return for Matt Melita.
Matt Melita, the 10th grader, has really been a contributor. Coach Gatewood and the coaching staff are very excited about what he brings to the table. Very quick feet, smart football player, tough, and eager to learn.
I tell you what, he's going to be a hoss the next couple of years, and if he could add just about 15 pounds of muscle and keep the speed, he is going to be just everybody else in districts and go, oh, crud. First it's Jackson, now it's Melita. And here's Logan taking off the right tackle. Hit at the line of scrimmage with some arm tackle. Doesn't work on him.
No.
Picks up a quick 5 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 5 from the 37 for the Canes. And, again, starting out in their traditional power I formation. Jackson deep, Dallas Hammond at the fullback. Hunter Moore at the quarterback position. We got Tony Francois wide right. Can't see who's wide left. Looks like maybe Cody Knox. I'm not sure. Bailey Lenore at the tight end. And the pass is to Cody Knox. Cody making a man miss, taking off, and he's got some speed and spacing. Cody Knox getting away from an arm tackle, picking up more and more chunks of yardage. Cody Knox, very elusive, tried to arm tackle him. Cody Knox takes the ball on about the 37 and picks up about, 17 and 50 yards is what I'm going to say. Excuse me. 40, Jiminy Chris, 57 yards on that play. Most of it, Cody, it was just a wide pass left. Cody made a miss, and then it was off to the races and should have been tackled about the 30 and spun out of a tackle, getting about 20 more yards. And here we got the handoff to Logan Jackson. Logan ran over one of the defenders, knocked him backwards, but they still had him around the feet. Couldn't go anywhere. Logan picking up about it looked like about 5 yards, where it'll be second goal from this. Well, it couldn't have been 5. It's second goal from the 6. So, regardless, it's Canes ball knocking on the door early.
One of the big improvements in the East Hamilton game this year over last season is red zone offense. Red zone offense has been much more effective this season, of course, due largely in part to this running game, the inside running game being so
Logan
effective.
Jackson. I hate to interrupt, Galen, but
That's all right.
you're exactly
That's
on track.
worth it.
But Logan took it off right guard, right tackle, hit it about the 4, drug a couple defenders, and just stretched out with the ball in his big palm.
That's it.
Broke the plane for 6 for Logan Jackson. And the referee over here on the side, judge, just had a clear view. Hands go up, so it's 6 points, Logan Jackson. So the Canes sent out there a PAT formation. Tyler Lowry, again, the holder, gets it down. Cameron Carter with the kick. This one's good, about 40 yards deep. So the score, with 10:16 to go in the third quarter, it's Hixson 0, East Hamilton 35.
Logan's had some touchdowns tonight where he comes in untouched, but he, like you said, worked very hard for that one. That one, he had a lot to do with that one. Just battling and reaching and all the things he had to do to get in the end zone. He would not be denied.
So Carter will be kicking off for the Canes. This will be kickoff number, 6?
I believe
kickoff 6. And I would suspect very soon, if not now, that we'll start substituting. I believe we'll be getting into the mercy rule. And for those of you that are new to that, the mercy rule is a 35-point lead. The clock does not stop except for a timeout or injury.
Or a score.
No, I believe that's part of the mercy rule.
Okay.
I don't believe
not
it
even
stops
during a score.
Nope. I believe it's pretty much timeout or an injury.
I believe you're right.
Carter, 8 yards deep, coming in at an angle. Cameron, soccer player here at East Hamilton, and got under that one, kind of like my wedge, and it just stops about the 14. And Hixson has to fall on the ground to corral it, and actually That's better than kicking it into the end zone as Hixson
Got a better
falls
result.
on the ball at the 13-yard line.
I think Hixson may have been surprised. Now, one of the things don't like to see, Cameron Carter
limping off the field
a little bit. So
I'm going to say a little bit of embarrassment. It's almost the fact we expect it to go in the end zone, and when it doesn't, everybody's like, "Are you hurt?" So 1st and 10. Again, we said it early: field position, field position, field position, and we've had it. They have it. Hixson starts this drive to open their first possession of the half on their 13. The handoff going wide right is 43 Robinson. He picks up, let's call it 1. Correction, that was Jones, number 3. I thought it was 43, but that was Jones.
with Matt Lundy on the tackle. With a good, solid, almost a form tackle. Just right in there, hard, solid, nice lock up.
Rodriguez, number 9, is black. And it looks like Ryan over there.
Ryan McCoy.
Ryan
Sure
McCoy
is.
playing. That's our 3 down linemen on defense. And again, they're running wide. And not a lot
Just
doing.
not
Maybe
there.
a yard and a half. Got to play a little conservative, if you would, Galen. You know, we've been on them from the get-go, and you don't want to do anything silly and turn it over.
Absolutely.
Jones limping off. Eric Jones coming off. Field into the game. Isaiah Robinson, number 43, as well as Gil Brown, the quarterback, bringing the play in.
It's really good to see East Hamilton, even though they have a large lead. It'd be easy for them to let up, but it looks like this defense is dialed in. They're still communicating. They're bouncing around out there, and they're executing their defensive assignments very
Brown's
well.
receiver fell down, so he goes it the other way. And I tell you what,
Austin
Gil Brown
Gatewood.
threw a beautiful pass to the receiver, and at the very last second, I couldn't see, as Austin Gatewood put his hand right in his pocket, stripped the ball because, I mean, that's a case where the offense was perfect, and Austin Gatewood just got there in perfect timing.
And it looks like a play where Austin had to pick up the back out of the backfield, and a lot of times the offenses like when they can get a running back against a linebacker in pass play. It's usually a good matchup for them. But Austin running stride for stride with the running back, kept his attention right there.
A booming kick again by Gil Brown. Fielded by Hunter Parker. Hunter going down the sidelines. Oh, my goodness. I tell you what.
Oh, my.
Hunter, you know, we're totally on the opposite side of the field, and Hunter Parker took off like a bullet down the sidelines, and I thought he was out early, but obviously he wasn't, but apparently stepped out when he made that cutback move at the 32-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10, and again, our field position, you know, you can't ask for anything better from the defense. They've just held them up, made them punt. You know, we've been on their side most of the game. Speaking of the game, 6:50 to go here in the third quarter for the Canes. And like I said, Logan Jackson is not in there.
Lamont Greer.
Looks like the tailback is Greer. Greer taking it right up the gut, hard and fast
my.
for an 11, 12-yard gain down to the 19-yard line, where it's going to be 1st down East Hamilton.
Folks, so I just got a text message from Michael Stone, who normally hangs out with us and complimenting on our broadcast. We'd like to thank Tanya and Jacob, students here at East Hamilton, for stepping in and helping us, doing a fine job. We appreciate Coach Stone for all of his hard work that he's done to put this whole program together.
The Hurricane Broadcasting Network, genius of Michael Stone. Lamont Greer taking it off left guard, left tackle, stumbling forward for about 9 yards. And again, special thanks to Michael Stone and his very massive production crew setting this thing up for us here. In the meantime, Lamont Greer is getting about 9 yards, where it'll be 2nd and 1 from the 10-yard line. And again, Coach Stone not able to participate and attend tonight, as he was at, I believe, his brother's rehearsal dinner. Congratulations to Coach Stone. Stephen Stone, the brother. I believe it is his brother. I believe
it's his younger brother.
So we got 2nd and 1. We can do pretty much what we want, and I think what we're going to want to do is hand it off up the middle to Lamont Greer, who's not been touched, and he's going to go into touchdown land. Hurricanes with 6 more, and methodical. And again, you know, earlier I was talking, Galen, about how the Wildcats were still bouncing around a little bit, and their sideline was still a little peppy, but got a lot of crossed arms over there, a lot of heads kind of sinking down a little bit. But again, you just got to do what you're supposed to do, and that's score points. We're not really going after them, so to speak, but just right up the middle. You can't say much more. The snap, the place, the kick, the point. One more for Cameron Carter. I tell you what, if they don't put Logan in and they keep scoring touchdowns, Cameron may catch Logan.
That offensive line still creating large holes, and Lamont Greer doing a nice job of staying behind his pads, behind his shoulder pads, and just firing off, getting down the field. On the sidelines, you see some very excited young men, starting to see some young men being put together that aren't our starters, beginning to prep themselves to go in. It's very important to be able to do this time of year, to be able to allow some of the younger players to get some experience.
Absolutely. You certainly don't wish this on any of these fine young men, but just one mistake, one injury, one sprained ankle, one twisted knee, one slight concussion where the doctors and the TSSAA force you to sit, and it's playoff time. You need experienced, tried and true backup, so to speak.
And Peyton Manning says there is no replacement for on the field practice, for on the field learning. You learn more about the game playing in the games.
All right, so Cameron blew his streak at 5. So here he goes. Let's see if he can get another one started. And I'm going to say yes, he did. This one going back about 4 yards into the end zone, where it'll be Hixson's ball, 1st and 10 at the, you guessed it, the 20. 3:36 to go in the third quarter. And here's a good example, Galen. The clock is going, even though they're changing possession. And the game does speed up, and I believe it's a very good rule. Nobody wants to be humiliated, and it doesn't do much good for the team just racking up the points to just keep pouring it on. Even though we're running kind of a vanilla offense right up the middle, off guard, off tackle. But, if you're still blowing a hole out, you're still putting points up, and it's just not good. So Hixson with a swing pass to number 33. Looked like that was Alante Novine, trying to get him sprung, as he's very dangerous. But, again, good coverage, good defense, and it's a pickup of 5.
Hixson just has not been able to get him into the game plan the way they probably would have hoped. Dangerous player like him.
So it'll be Hixson's ball, and 2nd and 5. Looks like Gatewood creeping up for a quick blitz. Handoff to the Hixson tailback, 34, Kedrick. Bradley taking it wide left, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds just short of the 30. It'll be 3rd and, we'll say, 2.
We see a number of replacements coming in now. Not replacements, but guys that normally don't start. And they're beginning to cycle through and work along the defensive line in various positions on defense.
For example, Michael Price, a senior, coming in to play nose guard for the Canes. Love to see the seniors get in, Galen.
Absolutely.
At all times.
Especially the seniors who have been around this program from the beginning. This is the
they
group that were freshmen in our early years when we weren't winning very often, when we were on the other side of some of these lopsided games, who just kept grinding it out, establishing the tone of the program, being an example to the younger players. These are guys that will always be remembered for their contribution to building the East Hamilton football program.
Absolutely. That was Martez Dura, shoestring tackle on the Wildcats, Pearden. So it'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats on the 35 with 1:14 to go in the third. And Kedrick Bradley taking it up the middle for a quick, I'll call it 6-yard gain into the game for the Canes. Lots of subs, like you mentioned. Good to see some
Cody Knox
other
coming
players.
out of the
Cody
game
Knox.
after a good night. See some of the football players and cheerleaders tonight wearing pink. Football players adding maybe some pink socks or sweatbands.
Good call into the game. DeAndre Black, he's got those attractive pink socks on. I hope he doesn't hear me say that, because I certainly wouldn't want to run into him at any time when he's mad at me.
most of the time I see DeAndre smiling. I don't know how much he smiles on the football field, but
happy-go-lucky guy. Just a
he
great
sure
attitude for Mr. Black, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Hixson. Running wide right is Jones, and there's really not a whole lot but blackness in his vision. Looks like a pickup of about 1 forward position. And that's the end of the quarter. A quick third quarter, if I would, Galen, on the live clock. As, once the clock got going on the mercy rule, it went quickly. And don't know if you're keeping up, Galen, but that's 14 points in the first, 14 points in the second, and now 14 points in the third quarter. And the score is East Hamilton 42, Hixson Wildcats 0. So, so far, so good, Galen. It's just been exactly what we were hoping and expecting. And,
absolutely.
Coach Gatewood and the entire East Hamilton coaching staff's got to be pleased. You had a feeling the opportunity for a letdown was definitely there, but they've not done it.
And that's been the concern every week because we saw it a couple of times last year, but not this year. So far, watching our guys come out strong. Here's some scores for you.
While we got a minute for you guys, some scores. We got at the half, Howard 6, East Ridge 21. Let's get up to the start of this here. We got Unaka 0, Boyd Buchanan 34, third quarter. Ottawa 24, Bradley Central 17. Big game there. Again, McMinn County 6, Cleveland 14 in the third quarter. At the half, Copper Basin 23, Towns County 14. Again, our score 42 not in the third quarter. East Ridge 21-6 over Howard at the half. Marion County 12-zip over Grace Baptist in the second quarter. In the meantime, Isaiah Robinson running up the gut for about 3 yards where it will be, I believe it's going to be third down. Meanwhile, some more scores of interest for you guys. McMinn Central 7, Kingston 21. Whitwell 0, Sequatchie County 21 at the half. Signal Mountain in a battle, leading 28-18 in the fourth quarter. Chattanooga Christian 7, Silverdale 27. Big battle there. Soddy Daisy 12, Walker Valley 42. I'm not sure what's happened to Soddy this year. And lots of games going on here locally. And it will be third and a long 6 for Hixson. Stepping back, Austin Gatewood blitzing on the play. I tell you what, poor Mr. Brown, he didn't even have his feet set, and Austin was on him. He ducked under the attack, but by that point it was way too late. A couple Canes got him for the sack and loss of 5. It'll be 4th and 11 for the Canes.
Jesse Barfield getting in on that getting in on that sack there a little bit.
Back to punt again, Gil Brown for the Wildcats. Again, they put those 3 guys in the back, very typical, then runs them to the right, and he will probably run right and punt this ball on the snap. Francois, he almost got one.
He was pretty close to
That's
that
right.
one.
It was quite a kick. Unfortunately, it was way wide right and going out of bounds. Referee walking way up to the 36-yard line. Very interesting for those of you that aren't sure how that works. You have a side judge that stands on the out-of-bounds line, and the referee stands in the back, and he marks the ball, and where the two shall meet will be the out-of-bounds point. And he just keeps walking up the line till the referee tells him to stop. So it's a pretty neat system. First down, Hurricanes, and into the game for the Hurricanes, number 44, Caleb Rhodes. Very nice to see some subbing here. And I hope he gets the rest of the playing time. If not him, someone else. But also, I'm excited, Galen, to see Matt Valletta. If we can get some lanes where he just is an exciting slashing runner with all sorts of speed. And again, part of the problem we have, or I don't want to say a problem, part of the opportunity, anytime Matt goes in there, it's almost always behind the second-team offensive line. And, of course, that's why they're second team. They're learning, they're growing, they're younger, just not as big and strong. And Matt's usually getting hit right around the time he gets the ball or right at the line of scrimmage. And the other teams usually got their starters out.
Yeah. And
it's just unfortunate. The few times, as you know, Matt got in there behind the first-team line, he's looked like a star in the making.
Very, very good. Bradley was a perfect example. After Matt had a wonderful kickoff return to give us great field position in the Bradley game at a time that really launched some more of our momentum. The coaches gave him an opportunity. We had a 2 or 3 touchdown lead. Matt went in there behind the first team and scored a 22-yard touchdown.
That's very good.
That, like you said, when he's gotten those opportunities, he has taken advantage of it.
And there's a little USC toss sweep to the right, and Matt found a crease and he turned it on, picked up about 14 quick yards for a first down right at midfield for the Canes. So nice hold by the offensive line and good running by Matt. He's taking both passes, and here we're going wide left, and Matt looking for some blocking. Nothing doing. Ooh, could have been a face mask, but no call. Ref was right there, apparently not. But it's a pickup of a quick 6 yards. And like I said, Matt wide left, just trying to find a hole. Hixson contained nicely, kind of stood him up. But it was a 6-yard gain. We'll take that every play. 2nd 4 from the 44 of Hixson. Canes ball on the drive again. 7 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the 4th and final quarter. And quarter's going by quickly. Going up the middle is Matt Milletta. And very nice. Stuck his head in the hole. Just running hard. Matt, not the biggest guy, but he's certainly one of the quickest guys. And he gets it right down to the 41-yard line where it will be 3rd and 1 for the Canes. And Matt's been out there for 5 plays and had 5 handoffs. So I should say rushing attempts, had a couple pitches. But 3rd and 1 for the Canes. They run double wide receivers and a tight end right.
One of the few players that was invited during his freshman year to come and dress out in some varsity games. Even did a little bit of long snapping, I believe, last year as a freshman, and in a few games actually got to run the ball as a 9th grader. Coach Gatewood and some of the other coaches really seeing something in him, felt like that could be developed, and boy, what a wise choice that was.
Wide receiver Deshaun Thomas coming into the game for the first time, I believe. He'll be way wide right, and he's got to back off. You got a tight end his side, and Canes ball, 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, nothing doing. Hixson just smothered that play. Be lucky if they give him back to the original line of scrimmage.
It's good to see Hixson still firing off the ball and still bringing the effort this late in a game that is obviously out of control. They realize their season is not over. They're definitely going to have an opportunity to be in the playoffs, and so I'm sure that their coaches are emphasizing that to them, that they want to keep just working at getting better, even in the rest of a game like this.
Canes, 2nd and 10. Lamont Greer running tailback, running wild is what number 19's doing. Takes a pass or pitch wide right, scampering up the field for a quick 16 yards, and it's a first down for the Hurricanes at the 24-yard line of Hixson. We got 5:35 to go here in the 4th quarter. Lamont coming back off, Milletta on, and just it's almost like he saw the green light and just right through it. So good running for Lamont, and first down for the Canes. Hixson's 24, traditional I formation. Hand off to Milletta, not much wide right, but he takes it up the middle, cuts back into the secondary and slung down after about, oh my goodness, looks like 15 more yards. That was a quick 15,
Very
Galen,
good.
I tell you.
It was, and
Just
Matt
you
really.
give that guy a crease, and he is just hitting the holes nicely. You got to like that.
Coach Gatewood, what he says about him is that he's got a lot of wiggle. And,
He does
he
have
doesn't
wiggle.
take a lot of hits straight on. He keeps his feet moving all the time, and created something there once he got to the second level.
1st and 10 for the Canes, 1st and goal. And the handoff is Matt Milletta, grabbed by the shirt in the backfield, searching, driving forward. So instead of a loss of 1, he picks up about 4 or 5 yards, gets to the 5-yard line. So that's a 3-yard gain, which should have been about a 2-yard loss, and that's just good leg drive, good effort by Matt. What'll be 2nd and goal from the 5, bringing the play in, number 11, Deshaun Thomas. Coming out of the game, Christian Lewis. Christian, one of tonight's captains, a nice little treat, little honor, and well-deserved. And one thing you've noticed, Galen, all these guys root for the other ones. It's not a
Absolutely.
me, I want to play. I think that at this point they just want to win.
They are very unified in their desire to win the district. You know, step 1, win the district, and then step 2, get deep into the playoffs. In step 3, they really believe that they can win a state championship, and they are just
have your goal, fight for it, keep it in focus.
That's it.
And so far, they're so good.
And there's been
a good example of Matt. He took the handoff at about the 13 and he was hit, and managed to get to the 9 and keep it to about a 4-yard loss instead of about a 7-yard loss. So I probably see that on film where somebody just missed a block, because that's hard to get a handoff that deep and be hit immediately. So Matt again taking this one right up the gut, gets it from the 9 to the 5-yard line, possibly the 4, where it's going to be 4th down and goal to go. And I suspect they'll go for it. You don't want to kick a field goal. That's kind of rubbing it in. And you're certainly not going to need. Try and score. If you do, great. If you don't, Hixson's pinned down deep in their own territory with what will be about 2.5 minutes for the next snap. Under center, Caleb. Long count, takes the hand off. Matt, nothing doing. Driving hard, though, and he scores.
And
Matt Maletta,
scores.
I thought he was stopped at about the 3. He's not the tallest in stature, but golly,
well,
he
the
runs hard.
second-string offensive line created at least a little bit of a bubble there, just a little bit of a soft spot, and it was enough for him to wedge his way through there. And like you said, he reached across the line of scrimmage, along the goal line.
He was stopped, and not to be denied, Matt Maletta with 6 points, so into the game. Cameron Carter looking for point number 7. Snap, a high snap. Good catch by Tyler Lowry. He got it down just in time.
Absolutely.
Cameron Carter straight through the middle, and limping off again is Cameron Carter. He might be hurt. But you know what? I don't know what Derek Dooley's doing tonight, but good grief. At least Cameron can make a point after. And
that's something we'd say at our house.
He's just, I don't know what the deal is. That's one thing. At pro level, college level, high school level, it's a point after try from the 2 or 3 yard line in the middle of the field. Should be able to make that. I'd be interested to see if Cameron kicks on this one. If he's truly hurt, it's not worth kicking it off. He ought to set him down and let someone else kick. Can't see. Yeah, hey, we called that one. We're going to have a new kicker. Number 99, the backup kicker, Casey Malone. Malone, excuse me. No E on Malone. So Casey Malone.
E.
One slight problem. Thanks, Galen. I look like an idiot, but that's all right.
That was my fault.
Maybe I am. So, anyway, we do have the backup kicker, and like I said, Cameron came limping off a couple point afters, and this time really loud. And let's don't get hurt on a 49-0 game, and
Absolutely.
we're going to really need him before the year's over. And here's Casey Malone driving it down to the 15-yard line where it's fielded by Hixson's Gerald Jones. Jones takes it out to the 30 where he's knocked down by a host of Hurricanes. And nice to see someone else. And like I said, I would hope, or not hope, I would suspect somewhere before this season's over in the playoffs, we'll need Cameron Carter to make a big point after, a big field goal and something. And you certainly don't want him with a pulled quadricep or
and that is
hamstring
Casey
hurting.
Malone's first kick in a varsity football game of any kind. So not bad. Got it down to the 15-yard line on his kickoff. And
absolutely. This will be the last play of the game. And what better to do than to hand it to Pearden running wide left. And he's tripped up. Great play by number 31, Martez Dura. And that will be the ball game. Final score from Hurricane Hill. East Hamilton 49, Hixson 0. Ladies and gentlemen, got to say this game was kind of built up as not two Titans, but two undefeateds with lots of nervousness, if you will, or uncertainty more than nervousness.
Exactly.
And I got to admit, Galen, they just put a whipping on the boys from across the river and showed who the more superior team was, at least on tonight's
Absolutely.
performance. Hixson, again, though, lots of juniors, lots of younger players, and you got to be looking for them next year as to be one of the favorites, as they are really young but really good. And
absolutely,
East
and
Hamilton just a fine performance across the board. The line, the skill positions, execution. The coaches made good plays. Just a nice win.
One thing I did notice, Curtis, is that really good news. Trey Herndon, who suffered a fractured hip in the Brainerd game, who wasn't supposed to be able to be out here at all until the playoffs, dressed out tonight. He wasn't getting to play, and
well, I didn't see him in uniform, but that's okay.
Yeah, number 21 is out there on the field. I saw him before the game.
Okay,
he didn't
great.
get in the game, but
they're not going to play
he
him
wanted
until
to
the
dress
playoffs.
out to support his
Fellow
teammates.
Yeah,
And he
and
just
that is
wanted to
good.
dress out, even knowing that they weren't going to be allowed to play. He talked to him yesterday. They let him off the crutches, allowed him to start running. No contact yet, but he wanted to dress out, be on the sidelines with his teammates. Like you said, these players root for each other, and we will need Trey later on in the season. And
Trey, probably
him
one of the
healing.
most athletic players we've got on the team. And I do see him over there in the crowd, and just really proud of Trey. Hopeful that he'll continue to heal quickly. You know, it's 16, 17, 18 years old. Your body just recovers very quickly, and let's hope so for Trey. We're going to need him.
Absolutely.
He's just like I said, one of our better defensive players. But at the same time, lots of experience being gained by Martez and all the other defensive backs who are covering for him. And we are here, Hurricane Broadcasting Network. A couple quick announcements. It's not too late by any stretch of the imagination, as we will be having a fundraising golf tournament for the softball fields, as they're working hard to get tops on the dugouts. And that will be this Tuesday at Brown Acres. Registration 11:30, lunch 12, tee off at 1. It's a shotgun, only $75. And for you golfers out there like me, I'm a golf geek, they're usually $125 per player on up. So quite a deal for you golfers. Please come out. You can contact me or Mike Gamble or call Brown Acres or the school. We would love to have you out there and participate. And again, all proceeds will go to the softball team. And then one final note, fundraising-wise, is the hurricane party that's been going on since before the school will be rejuvenated or revived this year. It will be November the 10th. And for ticket information, feel free again to contact me. But Miss Henderson, Ashley Henderson, is in charge, and you can contact her through the school. And we appreciate you guys listening out there. Once again, the final score from Hurricane Hill, East Hamilton 49, Hixson 0. On behalf of Coach Michael Stone, CEO of this massive franchise system here, Galen Bell, and myself, Curtis Smith. Have a safe weekend, good night, and we will see you guys next Friday night against the Tyner Rams.